Welcome, collectors. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Diecast Emporium. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the first of three brand new 1/50th scale HX Stampede dump truck bodies. Today's video is going to be focusing on the international version. There's also a Kenworth and a Peterbilt version that we're going to be taking a look at very soon, so make sure you stay tuned. The item number for the international HX620 version is 71076. It's part of the Transport Series lineup for 2021. Now, what you're going to see with these HX Stampede dump bodies for these trucks for 2021 and beyond is that they're the first time that you not only have a licensed cab, but also a licensed dump body. And I got to tell you guys, honestly, from a collector point of view, these are really detailed, they're really nice, and it might just surprise you with some of the accessories that they come with that give you just a little bit more added collectability and display value. It's really quite nice, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into the unboxing. As I said before, 71076 for the description on the outer shipping box, 1/50th scale International HX620 tandem axle with pusher axle, HX bodies Stampede dump truck. Take an X-Acto knife or a razor, slice one side of it. If you've never had a Transport Series model before, they all come in this very similar style packaging. They have a finger hole on one side that allows you to pull the box out. There's your first look at the model. This version is in red with a silver or a metallic gray dump body. Again, there's your item number, your scale, the international logo showing you that this is an officially licensed product. International HX620. You can see that it does have a lift or a drop axle. Top of the box, the orange background for an international product. Finally, on the back, you can see that it has some information on not only the International HX620 tandem axle truck, including but not limited to the fact that it has a Cummins engine ranging from 450 to 600 horsepower. And also it has some information about the HX Stampede dump box on it as well. Finally, over here, you can see that obviously the dump box raises and lowers. It has a tailgate that opens, and you can see that the truck has an opening hood. All right, let's continue with the unboxing. First thing, you have a catalog that shows you everything else that's in the Diecast Masters Transport Series. And again, we'll go through this for those that might be new. Just to name a couple other products, which I have reviewed everything, and it is up to date on this channel. You can see that they make some Freightliner Cascadia cabs. There's some lowboys, some different Peterbilt trucks. They even make some containers along with some container trailers. And finally, here's even some more trucks, including some Western Star products. The top layer. This is what I meant about some surprises for different posing opportunities. Check this out. These are mud flaps. There's two internationals and two HX bodies, so you have the option to leave these off or put them on. And these are for the rear mud flap. Finally, sitting nicely down there in the bottom layer of foam rubber is your truck, and they even give you this little piece of plastic so that you can grab the dump box without getting any unwanted fingerprints on it. It's just nice that they try and think of possibly everything. All right, let's take a quick break. I'll get the table out. When we come back, we will begin the models review, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this very short break. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for sticking with me. First piece of assembly that you need to do, you are provided one tiny little exhaust stack tip for this model. It simply drops in the little provided hole. There you go. You can angle it if you want to, or just put it in it anyway. It doesn't really matter. Now, your mud flaps that we talked about earlier, they go here and here. It may be a little bit hard to see on camera, but there's a couple holes. You can see them right there, and that's where your mud flaps drop into. They can be a little bit finicky to do, I'll be honest with you, but once you get them in, they're very satisfying. So let's take a look at them up close. There's the international one, with simply the international logo. And here is the HX body one, which is a little bit more detailed. It has, obviously, the HX body mascot, HX body as strong as an ox, Fayetteville, Alabama, and then their phone number. So let's try and put the HX body one on. for this truck. Hopefully we can do this with the first whack. So we'll put him on here, slide him in. Again, this pays to have a bit of patience because it's one little hole that you are trying to slide this into. And I have found that, yes, you can glue it, but as I always like to say in videos, I never, ever, ever, ever suggest gluing anything. So I think we've got one of them in there. So that's one. And here's the other one. So he's in. Make sure that the other one's in as well. There we go. All right, I think we're in, guys. So yeah, that took maybe about 10 or 12 seconds, but they are in, and we are ready to begin our model review in earnest here. So, let's start out with the decal application on this truck, because I believe it's pretty sharp. Let's turn our table on. You can see that the DOT striping is all throughout our truck. You have the HX logo here, some running lights on the door. Turning our truck around, facing you, you can see the chrome grille. There's a little bit of a tow hitch here on the chrome bumper. Obviously, your headlights and your turn indicators as well. Chrome visor, chrome lights, orange amber lights up here as well. Chrome horns. If you can see right up here where I'm pointing, you have the ox body right up here on top of the spill guard, or the very, very top, the cab protection portion of the dump body. Over here, you have a blue filler cap, HX. Again, your running lights, very nice highlighted door latch. Again, your chrome over here, chrome mirrors, lots of chrome work on these trucks. Once again, DOT striping all throughout. Turning it back around, ox bodies up here. Once again, we already touched on the mud flaps. All of these ox body dump trucks, by the way, come standard with a trailer hitch, so if you do have a tag-along trailer from another manufacturer in 1/50th scale, this is a perfect truck to get to go along with those. You have ox bodies once again up on here. And that'll do it for all of the decal application on these trucks and the detail. They look very, very good, I have to be honest with you. Particularly in this paint livery combination of this reddish orange finish. In my opinion, at least that's what the color gives off. Let's turn our attention now to functionality. You saw in the box that the hood opens to reveal a Cummins engine, so let's take a look at that. You can see that the detail is pretty good. The doors do not open. This door or that door does not open on this truck. You do have a working lift or drop axle. Simply pull down. And now it is grounded. Conversely, you can raise it, and it's now out of service. As you can see here, it's not moving with the other ones. So that works quite well. Obviously, the other main function of any dump truck that we like to see is the extent or the angle of the dump height. As you can see here, it is the same three-stage cylinder that we've seen before, dating all the way back to the Norscott days with the CT660 dump trucks. But to me, that's just fine. And again, you have rubberized mud flaps in the front, but these come standard and installed on the truck. Once again, it bears repeating that the rear ones are the only ones that you can change out. So that will conclude this review of the Diecast Masters International dump truck with the ox body dump on it. You guys let me know down in the comments section below what you think of this truck. Again, my opinion, I think it's a huge step forward to not only have, obviously, licensed trucks, but now also have licensed bodies on these. In this case, of course, the ox body dump. These aren't real prominent here on the East Coast. You don't see too many of them. But still in all, I think it's much better to have a licensed dump body than to just have that generic body that we've seen for the better part of 10 years. Before we close out the video, let's drop the dump box one more time. And we will bring in a Diecast Masters Core Classic Series 980G wheel loader to see how the two may pose up and look together. As you can see, Although this might be a little bit bigger of a wheel loader, the two have no problem looking good posed next to each other. So that'll do it. I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, as always, please leave them down in the appropriate section below. Until next time, happy collecting, be safe. Take a look at your screen right now. You will see a link for another suggested Diecast Emporium Diecast Masters review. And I will see you in the next review.